Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take on some little projects while we talk about plans and goals for 2025, including thrift trips, room makeovers and DIYs, design style videos, and more. I'll show you some projects that I'm working on and what's coming up. First up, a little makeover of an urn I got at a tag sale while we talk about the thrift trips I'm planning for 2025. I recently bought this at a tag sale. It is, I believe it's cast iron under here, and that somebody painted it white because you can see the brush strokes, and like they really did a good job on this side, but then underneath they were like, nah, I'm gonna go a little lighter. Nobody's gonna see this. I'd like to take it back to this color, like the original, and we'll see. I'm okay if it looks a little imperfect, but I'm gonna use citrus strip. I've used this before. It's safe to use on metal. I do believe this, I said that right, that this is cast iron. Yeah, so wish me luck. While past Megan applies citrus strip to this urn, let's talk about thrift trips for 2025. Next week, I plan to show you all the thrift stores Ed, Coco, and I hit up as we drove from New York to Maryland a few weeks ago. We went to a Red, White, and Blue, Second Avenue Thrift, Good Stuff Thrift, and Second Chance Inc. in Baltimore. Maybe more, honestly. I really don't remember. Except, oh yeah, there was a Salvation Army in there. It was a lot. For next year, though, I would love to go to more flea markets and antique shows like California's Rose Bowl or Round Top in Texas. I've been to the flea market in Pasadena in California, and I do think we're going to Brimfield again. Have any of you guys been to Luckett's or to any of those 50-mile yard sale events? I think there's one in New York, one in North Carolina, and one in Virginia. I've never been, but they sound amazing. Exhausting, but amazing. It's already starting to come off here. See that? It's been on for what, like 5 minutes maybe? I'm gonna let it sit. I can see it's bubbling. It's not bubbling, like actively bubbling, but it's starting to like crinkle up. Do you see that? I'm gonna let it sit for a little while, and then I'm gonna wash it off. In terms of thrift trips, I'd really like to go to Palm Springs because I've heard that the vintage scene is fantastic. Ed likes MCM, which is very popular in that area, so he'll probably really like Palm Springs. While I haven't been to Palm Springs, I have been to Joshua Tree, which is really fun. Ed hasn't been there either, so maybe that will be an add-on. Some of you guys have mentioned how mid-century modern is not your favorite design style, and I wasn't a fan of it for the longest time either. But over the last few years, it's really grown on me, and I have picked up a few things for my home in this style. I actually filmed an MCM thrift store pull a while ago, but I haven't started editing yet. More on that later. At this point in the DIY, you're probably thinking, why are you scrubbing? Shouldn't the stripper get the paint off cleanly? The reason I'm scrubbing and brushing is because I'm trying to remove the white paint while keeping some of the green, gray, and black colors on the urn. I'm hoping to get a distressed, aged patina look minus the white paint. Okay, back to thrifting. I have a couple of thrift goals for this year. I want to find a new cabinet for my kitchen, a new nightstand for my bedroom, and new sconces for my bathroom. If you watched my bathroom makeover, you've seen that I have 2 Art Deco sconces in my bathroom. Well, I did, but my dad got a little too enthusiastic with his post-shower stretching or something and knocked one of them off the wall. The glass base shattered, and even though I saved the shards, I don't think it's the kind of thing I can repair, so I'll be looking for a replacement. Now we've got a halfway point. This is the result of using this citrus strip. I don't mind that it's got this happening on the inside, but I do think, yeah, I think I might want to keep going. Ultimately, I have decided to take off the rest of it. Like, let's go all the way and bring it down to this like milky silver color underneath. While I like the green color, I didn't like the look of the shiny silver that I uncovered. So I'm going to apply another layer of stripper and try to take it down to the dull, weathered looking gray color. Depending on how that goes, I'll paint the urn black and maybe try an aging technique. Okay, now let's talk about unicorn thrift items. Unicorn items are rare and unique, so it takes a while to find them. I have a unicorn thrift item that I've been hunting for a little more than a year. It's a basket box that looks like a clamshell. I saw one in an antique mall and I didn't get it because, yeah, I don't remember, honestly. I'm sure there was a good reason. Since then, I've made time to go through the baskets at every thrift store, but no luck yet. There are a bunch on Poshmark and eBay, but they are not boxes and they're often very small. So I'm still looking. By the way, if you have any specific thrift stores or flea markets that you think I'd like or you want me to go to, comment below. If you don't want to share it publicly, I get that, so DM me on IG. Some of you guys have already commented and given me some tips, and I'm compiling a list of all of these places and planning to go hopefully soon. Here she is. This is where we landed after 2 coats of black paint. I didn't show you guys the second one because it was really just some touch-ups. It was just looking a little too DIY'd, which sometimes I really like. I want my things to look handmade, like I made them and they didn't come from a store. But in this case, it was looking a little too much like the white one, like the original version of this was, but you know, in black. It was just looking a little like streaky and stuff. So I'm gonna leave her for now, but I might try to get this look at some point. But for now, we've kind of settled on the black, all black look. And it's time to put her in her new home, which is going to be my new secretary desk. If you came with me on our last thrift visit or, you know, thrift store trip, we went to a restore and I mentioned that I was looking for a secretary. I actually got this one on Facebook Marketplace. I really wanted something, you know, secondhand, a cabinet with a desk. You know, I knew it was going to be a secretary desk situation, but I didn't want something with a lot of ornate details. I can show you some of the images that I was considering, but I just wanted something really kind of simple and went with my current setup, and this is what we landed on. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing going to New Jersey. I had to rent a truck and then I had to rent a bigger truck. That was an experience. I learned a lot, including if you're gonna rent, you know, one big truck, you may as well pick up a ton of stuff. But I know that for the future. Ultimately, I'm super happy with her. I am not going to show you the inside right now because it's a little bit of a mess, but I've been complaining about where do I put my DIY stuff? It's all over the house, blah, blah. And I've been able to store a lot of it in here, which makes me really happy. There's CO taking a nap after we went outside. I'm thinking, don't hate me, I'm thinking I might cut a hole. I know, in the back, so I can put an outlet in there so that I can actually put the lamp like inside of the secretary desk, and then I can just fold her up when I'm done with work. I don't know. I feel torn about it. I feel like I should be able to make some alterations so that she works better in 2024 for me. But then I also feel like guilt about messing with something that has lived a whole life. She's an antique. She's lived a whole lot longer than me, and I feel conflicted about cutting into her. I had to, for my own safety, I had to drill holes in her to not mount her to the wall, but secure her to the wall so that she wouldn't fall on anyone, including this baby. And I felt a little guilty about that. I'm like, I was a lunatic. I was talking to her and saying like, you know, don't be mad. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna hurt. Like, I'm an insane person. I don't know. That might be Marie Kondo. You know how she's like, thank your objects and be appreciative of the time you had together and how they helped you through whatever that was, you know, needing coverage, needing, you know, a mug. Thank you for your time. And then you say goodbye. I think I was kind of had that in my head when I was talking to her. Anyway, I feel like I babbled on long enough about this. I think the purchase of this secretary desk may have been influenced by my dark academia style video, which I made as a part of my I'm Loving series this year. Initially, I showed you guys a design style like English country cottage and designed a room in the style. After a video or two, I started taking you to the thrift store with me to find home goods in the style. All told, I covered Nancy Meyers, Pearson Ward, English country cottage, whimsigoth, and dark academia. What's on deck for 2025? Well, light academia, of course. So many of you asked me for more Nancy Meyers that I plan to revisit her in some way. I was kind of surprised how many people didn't know her, including Ed and my dad. People watched the video and said, "Oh yes, I love that. That's me." The same thing happened with Whimsigoth, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me because I know how I feel when I find something that feels like it was meant for me or encapsulates who I am. It's like being fully seen, and that's very powerful. So I hope to do that for more of you in the future as I take on design styles. A few of you have mentioned suggestions, and if you have a style you'd like me to take on, drop it in the comments and I'll add it to my list. Next up, let's talk about room makeovers. Now, this is my biggest makeover project of 2025. As far as I can tell, it is my bedroom. One of the things I love about the room is the paint color. I still love, I don't even remember the name of this color, but I'll put it in if I remember. I still love that it's a kind of cool grayish color. It's coming off a little warmer on camera right now, but the curtains actually match the wall. I have not done the ceiling. I actually have a kind of a surprise in that area, but I do want to color drench it. However, while I love the cool tone, sometimes the room just feels too cold. So I want to do something on the wall to give it more life, and I have some ideas to talk through with you. The walls are a big project, and I've been thinking about them a lot. At one point, I was considering a wall treatment called trompe-l'oeil. I might be saying that incorrectly, but it's French for deceive the eye. It's a technique that creates the illusion of 3 dimensions on a 2-dimensional surface. These are some examples of trompe-l'oeil. While I like the look and I think it's an interesting alternative to wall moldings and trim, I'm not confident that I will like it in the long run. That being said, I'm still thinking about incorporating it in the ceiling. Rather than installing a ceiling medallion, I'm thinking I'll trick the eye instead. The next wall treatment idea was faking wallpaper. sort of. I used peel and stick wallpaper in my kitchen, and I don't want to do it again in my bedroom. Plus, I like the look of discovered wallpaper, like in this image. I think they were stripping the paint off the walls, discovered this wallpaper, and decided to reveal it. I was thinking I could mimic this look with a stencil, but as of right now, I haven't found a stencil that I love, which brings me to what I actually think I'm going to do. I want to give the walls an old plaster texture look, like the walls in these images. As mentioned, I still love the color on the walls, so I started looking for complementary colors, and here are some of the ones that I found. I think some combination of these colors will give me the look I'm trying to achieve, but who knows? TBD. One thing I definitely want to change in the room is the blind situation. I'm thinking that not only do I want to bring the curtain rod up just a little bit, and I want to replace the plasticky blinds. Now, I don't want to say I'm a big fan of this kind of blind, but I do like that I can adjust the light. I can decide how much I want coming in. That being said, I want something softer, something cozier. These don't give the right feeling for a bedroom for me. So I'm thinking maybe some kind of Roman blind or something different here. I'm working it out. I'm looking for some fabric. I have a couple different ideas for what I can do to replace the blinds. One project I've been planning forever is to give this IKEA bureau just a little bit of an upgrade. I don't know if you guys have gone to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, one of the big box stores where you can buy, oh my God, what is it called? You can buy these detailed wood pieces, and I like this one that's kind of like, it's almost like two ribbons twisting together. I'll insert a photo. I want to put them here to give this a little detail, make it look like it's just a little less modern, a little less maybe farmhousey. It's been on my list to do for, I'm not kidding, 5 years maybe. I just haven't done it because the bedroom's wasn't my priority in terms of projects, but maybe now is the time. So I'm thinking painting it black, attaching it. That's a thing I'm considering. I definitely want to do something about this. Hello, hi. This is my portable air conditioner. Great idea in theory. I love the idea that I can roll it into the closet, but do I? No, I don't. I want to create a way to hide her, make her look pretty while she's resting during the winter. So that's a project. In general, I want to make the room a lot less cluttered, add some warmth. I don't want to show you the reveal. I've had a light fixture installed. Ed and I, it took a long time to do. And I kind of want to save it for the actual reveal of the room. But she's gorgeous. Moving on to projects outside of my house, here we are in Ed's downstairs bathroom. We are not planning a major renovation of this space for 2025, but we're looking to make this room more comfortable, cozy, and functional on a budget. We want to get some kind of coverage for the window because if you're a woman and you're standing in the shower, it just feels like a little exposed. So doing some kind of privacy film for that. We already switched out the curtain. I think I might have a before for that I'll put in. Looking to do something about this lighting situation, that lighting situation, the mirror, adding some storage. I'm thinking a sink skirt, maybe a cabinet, some new towels, something on the floor carpet-wise I would like, rather than bath mat, some art. Those are the plans for right now. So making it a little cozier, adding some more storage, upgrading the light situation, adding some privacy. What am I missing? If you watched us make over his entryway, you know Ed thinks of himself as a light academia, mid-century modern Japandi guy. So we'll be aiming for more of that vibe in this bathroom. Have I made some purchases and done a mood board already? Maybe. You guys are hearing about this makeover the same time that Ed is, so Merry Christmas, cutie! Next Saturday, I'm planning to drop my thrift road trip video. If you like thrifting, interior design and decorating, DIYs, and all that jazz, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. I'll see you next year. Bye!